Hi, my name is Krista, and I put together this PowerPoint to tell you a little bit about my internship at Casa de Amparo. Finding an internship proved to be a little bit more difficult than I had anticipated, as I was pounding the pavement trying to find a program that would take me. I remembered years ago at a church activity where we did a clothing and essentials drive for this particular group home. I was able to get in touch with the clinical director and told her I was looking for an internship. She interviewed me, and I had to go through a series of extensive background checks. Prior to this interview, though, I was having a lot of difficulties due to the fact that I was not in grad school and places were not taking undergraduate degree interns in my area. When I changed the word intern to volunteer, I was able to get the position at Casa. Casa de Amparo, translated, means home of protection. So, a little bit about Casa. Casa is a short-term residential therapeutic program that provides licensed residential care and treatment to foster girls ages 12 to 18 years of age. The girls here receive round-the-clock, individualized support, customized interventions, and just overall genuine and compassionate care. The focus at Casa is on the girls' safety. Every child deserves to grow up in a safe, loving, and nurturing environment where they can develop and thrive. But unfortunately, that is not the reality for thousands of children. And in the San Diego County area, there's over 3,000 children in the foster care system a year. Every child who has come to Casa has experienced trauma. Casa kids have experienced abuse, neglect, sexual exploitation, trauma, and or abandonment. Some of the kids at Casa have experienced a few of the traumas mentioned on this slide, while others have experienced all of them. Through CASA's combined efforts from their healthcare staff, clinical therapists, and residential counselors to their individualized treatment plans, the kids are given the resources to become successful, healthy young adults. Before I started volunteering, I had to complete an in-depth background check, as I mentioned. And this background check is a little bit different than typical checks, so it takes longer. This check would have enabled me to participate in groups. Unfortunately, the state of California is so far behind on their checks that it is actually negatively impacting these types of facilities all over the state. In fact, residential homes are losing employees because the checks are taking so long to come back. And there was even 2 interns that had to leave CASA that came on at the same time that I did because their background checks were not coming back in a timely manner. It has been 3 months and CASA still did not receive my clearance. So during my internship, the clinical director made alternate plans for me, which turned out to be very rewarding, and I really learned a lot. I spent a lot of my time helping the head clinical psychologist type notes into a program called Cerner. And Cerner is like electronic healthcare database system. Because CASA is a nonprofit and state government funded facility, they have a lot of rules and regulations they have to adhere to keep their funding. Charting therapeutic notes into this software is one of those requirements. Every time they have a therapeutic interaction with a resident, they have to document it. I also help plan group therapy based on the ARC framework, which is attachment, regulation, and competency, which is a trauma-based intervention program. I attended weekly clinical internship and supervision meetings, and it was really inspiring to see how many people it takes to run a program and give these girls the opportunity to heal. They also had me complete many side projects that had been needing attention. I received some great feedback on how I contributed to CASA, and one of the most valuable things I did was charting the clinical notes. The psychologist that I was working with had an extensive hand injury, and that had left her unable to type. I was able to take on that responsibility so she could stay up to date and the home could continue being in compliance. This internship was really life-changing for me, and I learned so much. The resiliency of these girls just really amazed me, and even the smallest victories, such as going to school or getting ready for the day, was celebrated as one step forward on the journey toward recovery. I was able to gain a deeper understanding of the ins and outs of the foster care system and how many people it takes to support children in these situations. I also gained deeper empathy and gratitude. And the trauma these girls have experienced is truly unimaginable. They have a lot of behavioral, mental, and emotional health complexities because of it. And being a part of this team for the last 3 months that could support and show the girls love and compassion has impacted me significantly. It has also actually helped me discover that I would like to continue my education so I can therapeutically help children that are survivors of trauma. As I was interning at CASA, the family systems theory from Bowen that I learned during my coursework at BYU Idaho really came to life for me, and I could see how the theory related to the residents. By studying the residents' family systems, one could assess how and why the girls have the behaviors they do, and then be able to apply the best individualized treatment plan to help them with their recovery. To get in touch with CASA, the best form of communication is through email. That is how I was able to reach out and get an interview with them. The clinical director that I interviewed with is moving out of state. So if you just send out a general email, it will get to the appropriate person. They also have a social media presence and are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And their website has great information about the program, and that is found at www.casadeamparo.org. I would most definitely recommend this internship. The team was amazing, really supportive. It is a very challenging and emotional work, but the clinical staff is wonderful. And it truly is a family environment with everyone working for the same goal, which is to give these girls the best support, encouragement, and treatment so they can live full, healthy, independent lives. Thank you.